Hey everybody, happy Sunday, happy Monday. Hope you're feeling wonderful wherever you are. I think your day's about to get a little bit better because we're learning some really cool stuff today in MIT App Inventor and just on the computer in general. We're kind of going to be starting to interact with the internet, which is really exciting. We're going through something called APIs, which allow us to interact with servers and websites on the internet, put information up there, store it, and get it later. It's really cool. If you think about something like Instagram, it feels like this beautiful, rich environment while we're using it with all these beautiful colors and pictures and interactions that can happen. But really, what it is it's just a bunch of computers, really big servers sitting in a building somewhere that just store a ton of data. And if you want to post up a picture or you want to write a caption or you want to say something, right, all that just goes to the server and then somebody else gets it back later. So that's what we're going to be doing, is learning how to kind of interact with those servers today. Now, thank you, Project Lead the Way. You're the best. They set us up an API interface with a server. It's kind of ready to go. And this is the address of it, cs-api.pltw.org. Now, I've been messing around with creating, pardon me, some usernames in the past. So here's how you do it. First thing you do is just kind of create like a user account, right? So you're going to use this code right here. You're going to type in the address, and then you're going to use new user, that code. And I believe you go slash, and we'll double check to make sure we're doing everything right. And then K Anderson. Now this is the one I created earlier. Actually, I probably don't want to do that. We'll say K Anderson 2. Okay, now looking at the course, let's go back up here, take a quick look, and here it is, new user slash, okay, and then whatever your username is. And okay, so we'll go ahead and try this out, and then I'm not a robot, and we'll launch that request. Here we go. Okay, so now it gives us a bunch of information that, to be honest, is kind of hard to interpret. You can figure out things like the date, and you can look through here. There's some interesting stuff there. So it tells you you've created an endpoint, K Anderson 2. That's been created. 8599 is our password. 8599. Got to remember that. Okay. So here we go. Now, if we want to post something to our account, we're going to use, again, the post tool, and we're going to get rid of the new user command because we don't want that anymore. And instead, this is going to be our new address, right? So it's going to be, the server location, and then right here, our username. Now we can do different things just by using our, oops, sorry, I better type in the 2 there. Now we can do different things, doing that. The first thing we're going to do is post up a message. So let's take a look at exactly what we need to use in order to post up a message. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to put a question mark text equals. So this is basically the code to say, hey, I want to post up a message. You're going to use question mark text equals, and then you're going to write your message. And I'm going to write something like this. We're learning about APIs. And we'll check that we're not a robot. We'll launch the request. And it tells me there are now 1 string stored. All right, now if I want to take a look at that string, so part of what you do is you want to put stuff up, but then you also want to be able to view it later and have other people be able to view it later. So what you're going to do is you're going to go right here, and you're just going to change this from a post to a get, right? So you're familiar with posting, you put something up, and you're familiar with getting, you get a look at something. So here we go. We will erase, and we'll just go with our username right there. We're going to confirm we're not a robot. Launch that request. Here we go. And there you can see the string. We're learning about APIs. Okay, let's post up something else. All right, so here we go. So we'll do question mark text equals, and then we will change this to post because we want to post, and we'll put up our test. APIs interact with servers, and we will say that we're not a robot and launch the request. And there we go. There are now 2 strings stored. Okay, let's take a look at our 2 strings, and we'll go ahead and delete that. All right, we're not a robot. Let's take a look at our 2 strings. We'll launch that request. There are my strings right there. Okay, and then there's something else down here. There's the values. Now, a value is kind of a counter. So we've used counter variables a lot in class for various purposes. You could think of on social media the number of likes something gets, right? So if you want to put a like, let's say, I'm a little bit more interested in the fact that APIs interact with servers, so I want to put a vote on that one. So right there, I'll put a vote on this one, the second one. Now, I'm going to have to refresh my memory on exactly what to do to get that. We'll take a look right here. Okay, so you're going to use this code right here, increment, and then you're going to state which thing you want to increment. So looking at this, I want to increment the second thing. So I'm going to use this code right here. Of course, I'm going to use the username. Then I'm going to change it to a slash. Going to make sure to switch over to post mode, and then we'll use this increment. And then I believe it's a question mark equals, and which one I wanted to do number 2. Now let's double check, make sure we're doing the right thing. I forgot my ID. Okay, so is ID capitalized? ID is not capitalized. So we'll do ID equals 2, and then here we go, increment question mark, ID equals 1. All right, yeah, and we're going to use ours to 2. All right, and we will launch the request. There we go. And then count for that item is now at 1. Most excellent. Let's go ahead and take a look one more time at our thing before we clear away the data and see what we got here. Make sure our counting is working, our everything's there. Yep, we're learning about APIs, and we have a count on that. So that's how you can kind of interact in a basic way with a server. Now, here's where we start getting into some excitement and some potential for hacking. If you want to reset your password, or if you want to reset your data, you use this reset question mark password equals. So you use kind of a reset request. So of course this would be a post because we're modifying the server. So let's see, we're going to use a slash reset question mark password word equals, and then now we try to remember 8599. I think that was good. Okay, let's take a look. Password equals 8599. All right, confirm we are not a robot, and we'll launch that old request right there. Data for endpoint K Anderson 2 has been cleared. All right, so this kind of takes us back to the exciting times where we get to check out some hacking. So now these API endpoints are just kind of sitting out there ready to be cleared, right? If you know the username and you can figure out a way to try every single password, then you can find a way to clear the data. So there's kind of a shell that's been built for us. Again, thank you, PLTW. The way you can load that up is you can go to import project.aia, and we'll choose a file right here. And this one is called something about hack attack shell right here. Okay, shell 122 hackattack.aia. All right, we'll choose that file. We'll upload it. Okay, well, I did it earlier, and here it is. So it's not letting me create a second one. That's understandable. So this is what the code looks like. Now we're going to zoom in on this. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some of these in a worksheet so that you guys can practice taking a look at them and kind of figuring out what these texts or what these buttons do. If you look at the designer view, it's basically very similar to what we have with the hurl.it. You have a place where you can post or get. You have a and now kind of the cool thing is you can kind of abstract, you can pull away from the user, like having to type in everything, right? This is just get items right here. You just use the API endpoint. So you basically just type in the username, you click get, and there it goes, it pops up. You can post just by typing in the username here, the item to post there. You can do the vote, right? You can do the reset. And there you go. I believe you have to type the password in this box. So you can pretty much do everything you can do from here, right here, using the app. And then it was really cleverly made, right? Like by kind of joining strings and using buttons. And I'm going to definitely give you some time to go through and dissect that code. So after you finish that, though, the exciting part is that you're going to try to clear someone's password or clear someone else's data by figuring out their password. Now the PDF here, or whatever you call this, has some help for you, so you can take a look at it. Be sure to read up on ethical hacking. Make some good decisions about that. When it's okay to use hacking for educational purposes, but when you might not want to do that in the future. And so on and so on. I'm going to kind of let you guys figure that out. There's two requirements. One is to clear data. That is sort of, that's the level 3 work. The level 4 data is to clear the data and to record and pull their password. So I would take a look at right here, known password reset. This is the block that helps you reset the password when you know it. So what you have to figure out how to do is how to reset the password when you don't know it. So anyways, I will say no more. Hopefully you've enjoyed and you understand learning a little bit about these API endpoints now. It's definitely, one of the cooler lessons I've seen so far. Anyways, enjoy. Good luck.